Hello, welcome. Let's get right to it. This is going to be a guide on Sulliuscep woodcutting training. I remember when I was first researching this method for myself, it seemed a little bit intimidating and there was a lot of information and I got kind of overwhelmed. I'm hoping to make this video to kind of break things down and make it a little bit less intimidating. So you're going to want to bring your lumberjack outfit if you have it. Also bring Boros gloves if you have them to boost your defenses, or bring a regen bracelet, that'll be even better. Ring of Suffering for boosting again your defenses. Holy Symbol works alongside the prayer book so that you can remove your poison. You will get poisoned here. You'll also take damage. That's why I bring an HP cape to mitigate or regen my HP back a little bit better, a little bit quicker. And I also bring a toxic blowpipe to regen HP. Definitely not needed. If you don't want to bring it, not a problem. Then I have my felling axe. If you don't have a felling axe, not a problem either. It just makes things a little bit comfortable with gathering less resources. You'll be gathering mushrooms, so you'll gather less. You'll have to do less dropping this way. But if you don't have a felling axe, you won't have to bring the rations, obviously. So I've just teleported out from doing a loop. That's why I teleport out using a minigame teleport. That's why I have no rune pouch or like runes here. I teleport out using a minigame teleport, then I will now hop back in. So what I do is I teleport to my house. I'm going to heal up at my house, and then I have a mounted dig site pendant here. I highly recommend investing in this, and obviously investing in your pool. If you don't have a pool, then what you're going to do is you're going to teleport to Ferox Enclave, then head back here, and then go to Fossil Island this way. So you'll just have an extra step of resetting at Ferox Enclave. So now let's go to Fossil Island. If it's your absolute first time, what I would bring is I would just bring an axe and a spade, or a rake rather, and then you probably have this mush tree unlocked. You're gonna go down here, then you're gonna chop some crap. There's gonna be some stuff here that you're gonna wanna chop, and then you're gonna get the mush tree that way. So first, just unlock the mush tree. Just bring an axe and a rake. Don't bring anything else. Once you have the mush tree unlocked, teleport out, and then get your gear sorted out like how I have it, and then teleport back to this mush tree. So we're gonna be going back to this mush tree now. So we're gonna go like this. And I like to, again, keep my... I'm not going to spec using the dragon axe. I just use the blowpipe spec. Forgot where I was last time. I think over here. Okay. Another thing you can do is you can use protect from range and you'll take less damage. So definitely when you're running past these tar monsters, you want to use protect from range. And you can also leave these two perma on. They barely take any prayer. This is going to heal you faster. This is going to give you plus 5% defense. And again, it's the level 1 defense prayer. Barely takes any prayer. Highly recommend just leaving these two on. I also recommend setting your drop options or your shift click option to drop here. That way you can drop them faster. I'm also going to reset the XP rate. You get about 100k XP an hour here. Let's say 90 to 100k. It's very good woodcutting XP. It's, I would say, the fastest woodcutting XP that's not using tick manipulation. So with teaks, it can do tick manipulation, but I'm not about that. When there's a bird's nest, you wanna... I like grabbing these. Another QL that I love is now you can move things around in your inventory and it won't interrupt your action, so that's great. And yeah, so basically I drop everything besides bird nests, fossils, and then there's also these red mushrooms you get sometimes. or I think they're mushroom caps, Sulliuscep caps, I believe. I also like having them to stock up my death coffer. I'm an Iron Man, so I forgot to pray. But yeah. So notice you're not taking a whole lot of damage, but just a bit. I'm gonna heal up this way. And yeah. This method really is a little bit more on the, you kind of want to be a little bit higher level. Having the 99 HP is really comfy because you get the cape. I also have 99 defense, so I take less damage from these tar monsters. This was that Sulliuscep cap I was talking about. I like to keep that one as well. Really, the bottleneck here to reset out is typically I tend to have like 8 of these non-droppable items. So when I hit 8 of the non-droppable items, I just teleport out. That's when I teleport out. Because then your inventory is a little bit more clogged up. I don't like to constantly drop things, so. But yeah, that's pretty much the main method. You will definitely have enough HP and enough like longevity here in this place to last 20 minutes. So that's why we don't really bring any runes to teleport out. We just use the minigame teleport. And then once you have used the minigame teleport, you're going to bank. After you're done banking, you're going to teleport to either Ferox Enclave or your house stage to heal back up, and then you're going to use the dig site teleport. Either if you have it in your house, that's better, or if you have it as like a pendant or like as an amulet or a necklace rather in your bank, you can just use it that way too, but it's annoying having to juggle through them. So on your last, this is the last Sulliuscep. You want to make sure that you have 9, because when we head back, we're gonna have to use 9 of these. So on the landing pad. So we're gonna do a little hop, and now we're back at the starting place. Use the mushrooms, and now we're finally, like, we've reset this loop. So that's pretty much the loop. I call this like the inner loop, the loop in the swamp, and then you have the outer loop, which is kind of how you go about resetting, teleporting out, healing up. That's the outer loop. So you want to set up your outer loop as kind of your logistics. I would again recommend having a pool in your house and having a dig site pendant in your house. That way you spend less time walking around in the outer loop, so you can spend more time woodcutting and getting XP. Let's take a look. So we're getting like 110 almost K in XP an hour. Yeah, so really good woodcutting XP, and you also get passive prayer XP, which is great. And this is really not all that intensive. There can be times where this mushroom lasts even longer than a magic tree. And of course there can be times where it lasts like a couple hits. But on average, I would say on average, this is kind of like a maple tree. Maybe in between a maple and a yew on average. yeah, notice we're back to 99 HP. That's kind of the power of the blowpipe and of course the healing that I have on. I don't really sweat about turning these off. It is what it is. I just leave them on. The bottleneck here, the thing that causes me to leave typically is having my inventory fill up from the fossils and the birds' nests and stuff. It's almost never the HP. And I didn't even protect range there when I should have. This is an example of me getting poisoned, but because I have my prayer book, I got rid of that. Now when I get a chance, I'm going to spec the... Oops. Oh, I didn't realize I had... Okay. It's not a big deal. I didn't realize I had the axe equipped. I typically have my blowpipe equipped. So I wanted to spec the snakes for HP, but not a problem. I guess I'll leave the video running a little bit, see how much, how my performance is, how long I last here. But yeah, catch you guys in a bit. So we've just completed a couple rounds. Now I'm going to show you how I like to get out of here. So I just teleport out using my teleport, minigame teleport. Bank. Make all this crap. And now we're going to just teleport to our house. Boop. And we have pretty much completed the outer loop. We're heading back to Fossil Island. And that's how you reset. So now we're going to go back to the mush tree. And there you have it. That's pretty much the outer loop, and now we're just going to keep on doing the inner loop a few more times. And that's pretty much Sulliuscep mushroom training. I hope I made it a little bit less intimidating, a little bit more accessible. That was my intent. It really is quite a nice and chill method. There will be times where you can get a tree that'll last quite a bit, and you can watch a podcast or something. And you get a lot of XP. Let's take a look at our XP. So drop down to 90. I would say 90 to 100k XP is what you can expect when you consider factoring in the banking, which is quite a good rate without tick manipulation. And then of course you're also getting all those fossils. I actually the last loop I was experimenting having 12, and I think I kind of like that, so maybe I'll do that more. But yeah, that's Sulliuscep training. Hope you enjoyed. Take care. Bye-bye.